Focus on if Spain as well is to put the tempo. Carvajal for Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal, man, he's a total phenom. At just 16, he's already done more in football than most of us will ever dream of. Imagine being the youngest player to ever play for Barcelona, and people are already comparing you to Messi. But how did he get here? Let's dive into the start of Lamine Yamal's insane career. So, Lamine Yamal was born on July 13, 2007, in this cool little neighborhood called Rocafonda in Spain. And get this, his family is super diverse. His dad, who's a total Instagram star by the way, is Moroccan, and his mom is from Equatorial Guinea. He's got a lot of pride in his roots, and you can even see it on his boots. They've got both the Moroccan and Equatorial Guinean flags printed on them. So, here's a crazy little fact. A few months after Lamine Yamal was born, Barcelona and UNICEF teamed up for a charity event. And who was one of the stars chosen to be there? You guessed it, Lionel Messi. All Messi had to do was take pictures with a baby. Here's the mind-blowing part. That baby was Lamine Yamal. Can you believe it? It's like Messi unknowingly blessed Lamine with some kind of football superpower. No wonder Lamine's been making history. He was basically baptized by the GOAT. And the craziest thing is, Lamine's family won the chance to be in that charity event through a random raffle. Out of everyone in their whole neighborhood, Lamine was the lucky one. Talk about the universe working its magic. Growing up, Lamine was a total ball wizard on the streets of Rocafonda. His skills were so good he ended up playing for the youth team of a local club called CF La Torreta. And then, in 2014, when he was just 7, a scout saw him and was like, "Whoa, this kid is something special." Barcelona invited him to try out, and after seeing him absolutely dominate the ball, they were like, "We gotta sign this kid." So, Lamine got the chance to train at the legendary La Masia Academy. So, here's something really cool about Lamine. After joining Barcelona, he never bragged to his old friends on the street. He didn't want them to feel bad, so he'd hide his Barcelona gear to keep it under wraps. I seriously respect him for that. Anyway, Lamine became a superstar at the Barcelona Academy. In just his second year, he scored 56 goals in 30 games.
Ejecutar. David Sáez al primer palo, rechaza la defensa del Real Madrid. Balón para Yamal, gol. Gol, 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 gol.
And it wasn't long before the coaches at Barcelona saw just how unique Lamine was. An old coach named Albert Puig said Lamine was way better than everyone else on his team, even when he was playing with kids much older. The Barcelona Academy has a rule where only players from outside Catalonia can live at their residency. But Lamine was so special, they made an exception. They wanted to keep an eye on him, make sure he was eating right and getting enough rest because they knew he was destined for greatness. As the years went by, Lamine just kept getting better and better. He was a fantastic left-footed winger who could dribble, score, and create magic on the field. When Barcelona was invited to the La Liga Promises Santander tournament, Lamine absolutely dominated. He scored 7 goals and helped Barcelona win the whole thing. Even Real Madrid got a taste of his skills, losing 6-1 to Barcelona. The Spanish national team saw how amazing he was and invited him to play for their under-15 and under-16 teams. And he didn't stop there. Lamine also played for Spain's under-17 team in the European Championship, scoring 4 goals. Even one of them was almost identical to a goal he scored for the senior team at the Euros.
El pase es bueno para Roberto Martín, abriendo al costado derecho para Lamine Yamal. Puede disparar, lo hace con la zurda, madre mía.
Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Back to the Under-17 Championship, Spain did really well but got knocked out by France. Even though they lost, Lamine's amazing performances at Barcelona and for Spain's youth teams were getting noticed. Xavi, Barcelona's coach, saw how incredible he was, especially with his left foot. It reminded him of Messi in his younger days. So, Xavi invited Lamine to train with the senior team, and Lamine absolutely blew him away. Xavi finally decided to put Lamine in the squad for a game against Atletico. He didn't come on as a substitute, but Barcelona still clinched a 1-0 victory. The following week, however, against Real Betis, Lamine had his moment to shine. Barcelona were already winning 4-0 when Xavi decided to bring him on in the 83rd minute. The crowd went wild. They knew this kid was special. In just 11 minutes, Lamine almost scored a goal and assisted on another, but the goalkeeper made a great save and Dembele missed an easy one. Lamine really proved he was ready for the big time. But there was a secret reason behind Xavi giving him playing time. You see, when Lamine turned 16, he could have signed with any club in the world. So Barcelona wanted to show him they believed in him and were committed to giving him a chance. That's why they brought him up to the first team. And it worked. Xavi said everything was under control and Lamine was committed to Barcelona. Everything is going well, it's under control. Above all, when you speak to him. He has his mind here, he doesn't think about anything other than succeeding here. So I'm relaxed. And Xavi wasn't kidding. Lamine was about to become a star for Barcelona in the 23-24 season. It wasn't supposed to happen so soon, but with Dembele leaving and Ansu Fati going on loan, Lamine got his chance. And he ended up being one of the youngest players ever to play in an El Clasico.
Кое-как вдвоем все-таки остановили Винисиуса футболисты Барсы, и мяч опять в атаке. 1 на 3 идет.
And in just 5 months, Lamine won the Emerging Player of the Year award, being the youngest player ever to win it.
And the winner is FC Barcelona in Spain's Lamine Yamal.
He's been breaking records left and right. He was the youngest player nominated for the Golden Boy Award, and you can bet he's totally going to win it one day. Maybe even this year, who knows? He's been scoring goals and assisting like crazy. He's the youngest player to score in the Supercopa, the youngest to score in the Copa del Rey, and the youngest to start a Champions League knockout game. In total, he scored 7 goals and had 10 assists in 50 games.
Quiere jugar a la frontal, se equivocó, quiere robar, hace falta, no, dice el coraje, ganar por la defensa, mete un balón maravilloso, de espaldas para Lamine Yamal, va a buscar.
Sure, compared to some veteran wingers, his stats might not seem that impressive. But remember, he's 16. For a 16-year-old, these numbers are wild. After his amazing season with Barcelona, it was only a matter of time before Spain called him up. But there was a twist. Morocco was also interested in him. They had a great World Cup and a lot of players with dual nationality, just like Lamine. But here's where things get really interesting. Lamine was actually celebrating when Morocco beat Spain in the World Cup. He kissed the Moroccan badge. But here's the thing. Lamine grew up in the Spanish system and only played for Spain's youth teams, unlike Hakimi, who was born in Spain but played for Morocco. So when Spain called him up for the Euros, Lamine said yes. He made his debut against Georgia and scored a goal. At 16 years and 57 days, he became the youngest player and goal scorer for Spain, breaking Gavi's records. He even broke Gareth Bale's record for the youngest goal scorer in a qualifying match.
Yamal! Oh! History, yet more of it! He's only 16, but now Lamine Yamal...
After a few more great performances, including a standing ovation at the Bernabeu, Lamine was selected for Spain's Euro 2024 squad. He and his best friend Nico Williams were making history together. Lamine started Spain's first game against Croatia and became the youngest player ever to play in the Euros. He also became the youngest player to get an assist, setting up Dani Carvajal's goal. Lamine kept impressing. He played against Italy and Albania, and then he started against Georgia in the knockout stage, breaking Jude Bellingham's record as the youngest player to do so. He got another assist in that game. In the quarterfinals against Germany, he assisted Dani Olmo and tied a Spanish record for assists in 1 Euro. Before the semifinal against France, one of the French players, Rabiot, said Lamine needed to do more. Lamine responded on Instagram, saying, "Lamine wasn't just all talk. He actually made him eat his words." In the game against France, they were losing 1-0, but Lamine created some space and unleashed a beautiful curling shot that went in off the post. That goal was legendary. It even won the goal of the tournament. Lamine became the youngest goal scorer in Euros history. He scored right in front of Rabiot, who probably would learn to keep his mouth shut from now on. In the final against England, Lamine assisted Nico Williams for Spain's first goal. He became the youngest player to be involved in a goal in a major tournament final, and Spain ended up winning the Euro. Lamine became the youngest player ever to win the Euros. He scored 1 goal and had 4 assists, and he was named the Young Player of the tournament. Totally deserved man.
Yamal from Spain. Congratulations.
A cuddle from the king, a prize from the president.
What a year for Lamine Yamal. Football was getting boring with no creative players, but now, with him and Nico Williams, it's back on track. He's already starting this new with straight fire, and I can't wait to see what he does next. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more updates.